Hello everybody, my name is Marloe and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Survival, where in the last episode we built a custom nether portal that you can see over my right shoulder there. And we're going to do some more work on that later on, specifically behind the portal itself, but for right now we got some other stuff to get started on. The first thing to do is to go to bed, because as you can see the sun is setting rather rapidly and I don't particularly like nighttime around these parts. Good morning world, how are we doing today? Nice and bright and no longer pitch black where mobs can spawn. Trust me, when it gets nighttime around here, this place is just coated with them and it's a really bad time. So today we are going to be building a villager breeder, so maybe it would have been wise to not have slept that night away and just gone and got them straight away, but it's okay, I can wait, plus I think it's actually going to work out better if we do the building first of all. Which is only going to be a small thing, it doesn't need to be large at all to cover up the villager breeder, it's actually a very small design, the one I'm using, and we're going to build it just about halfway up this mountain peak here, around about on this spot. I can turn this into a fairly flat piece of land just by getting rid of these snow blocks nice and simply and filling in this gap right here, and there we go. That is more than enough room for what I need for this build. So I say super quick to start off today's episode, let's whip this build up. Oh, also super quickly, just before I forget, I mentioned right at the end of last episode that I was going to go on an end raiding adventure. I've been on that adventure and here is my loot. Lots of nice shiny tools, lots of nice shiny diamond armor, and lots of nice shiny iron armor, and then everything else here. All of the saddles, the horse armors, the diamond, iron, gold, 4 dragon heads, 4 elytras, and a whole load of shulker shells, which are going to be so very helpful. You may also be thinking that this is a lot of shulker shells for 4 or 5 end cities, and yes, you would be correct. However, I have a data pack on where each shulker mob drops 2 shells. In my opinion, it's just so much more fair this way, it's a big time saver, and shulker boxes are so very helpful, it's nice to have a lot of them. Anyway, let's get started with that build. This may be the first time I've ever used endstone in a build. I can't think of another time where I have, and I don't know why, because I actually really like it. I think it looks great next to the spruce and the dark oak especially. Then again, that's not really saying much, because just about every single block in the game looks nice next to those two, but still, as you guys know, I'm trying to use different blocks here. Endstone roof, there we go. So this is a teeny tiny tower, just about as small as you can get with this sort of thing. So because of that, there's not really a whole lot going on here, but there is one detail I would just like to quickly highlight, and that is the spruce fence next to the lightning rod. And that just is a really nice detail to add to the side of these logs here. And it works so well because the top of the lightning rod and the top of the fence post and the bottom, I guess, are the same pixel size, so they just go together really seamlessly, and it's just a nice small detail to add to the side of your build if you just want to give it that little bit of extra something that it's possibly missing. The villager breeder isn't actually going to be going inside of this tower exactly. It's going to be going underground, and it probably could fit in this tower here. I don't see why not. It's a 3x3 design, but I think having all of the blocks around here is going to cause complications for the breeder actually working where the mechanics are concerned, which is kind of important. I need it to work. So just to play it safe, we're going to be building it underground. I'm going to hollow out a very small area here, and then we'll put some sort of glass flooring so we can actually see down into the breeder. Here it is, the villager breeder, all done, with the exception of the villagers, of course. So I'm not going to explain how this works because I don't know, but what I will tell you is I'm going to leave a link to in the description words. In the description, there's going to be a link to the tutorial I followed to make this. It's from Zinji, and it's a slightly altered version of the classic Impulse SV design. So yeah, if you want to build one of these, as I said, 3x3, super small, super compact, super helpful. Check that out in the description down below. Before I go ahead and move the villagers in, I need to make this look a little bit better. So as I said, we're going to have some stone, or we're not going to have stone. We're not just going to block it off like this. No, this will be glass so we can actually see down into it and maybe have the central block open to, you know, chuck stuff down into them. Maybe just put a trapdoor there or something. But I need to make the rest of this look nice. Maybe replace the walls with some blocks. I'm thinking I might just grab some slabs here and go around on this level here, just with some of these to close off so we can't really see the ugly bottom that's full of glass. Doesn't look very nice. This is what I did in my test world and it seemed to work just fine. It didn't mess up the villagers or anything like that. They still went back to the central spot. So if I just do something like that, replace all the walls, fit the glass at the top, we should be pretty much good to go. And the finishing touch, a trapdoor in the middle, so like I said, we can hatch this open and chuck the food down for the villagers because they're literally going to be going right here. So this is what I've done with the room. I don't need to explain. It's very simple. It's just so we don't have stone on all sides. It just looks a little bit neater this way. Okay, I'm in the roof of the tower. That's nice. Let's keep that closed so I don't fall down into there. Actually, you know what I might do? I think I'm going to put the trapdoor down at the bottom of the block. Then when I'm ready to give them food, I can just kind of chuck it on the trapdoor, stand back, open it up, and it'll just glitch out and pop back into my inventory. Perfect. Okay, back there you go. We've got the tower all built up, so now it's time for the arduous task of getting the villagers inside of here. Thankfully, it is only 2 we need, and as long as I can just get even the zombies inside of here, I can just keep them until their villager form and just simply drop them down into their hatch. So this should be, in theory, I say this all the time, pretty plain sailing, but something's bound to go wrong, isn't it? It always does. I'm willing to bet that I don't have a single potion that I need. Oh, I do. When did I brew these up? Okay, cool. Well, I got 3 weakness. That is more than enough. I only actually need 2 of them, bearing in mind nothing goes wrong. And do I have golden apples? I do. No brewing or crafting required. How on earth am I meant to get the zombies up to the tower? That is far too steep. Actually, there might be a pathway. If we go up this way, then on round and back to the door, yeah, we'll be fine. It's not even midday yet. I don't know what to do to pass the time. I can repair my tools. I can give Clifford a nice piece of steak here. I can finally put some armor on these armor stands. It appears, however, I am short on chainmail. That'll have to do for now. I can chop down this floating tree that's been here for far too long. I can also craft a minecart hopper to put down in my honey farm here. And now, just like that, it is nighttime. And now the search can begin. Keep your eyes peeled for zombie villagers, everybody. I'm gonna need your help here. Oh, let's not freeze to death too. That would be bad. Well, would you look at that? I've been searching for about 10 seconds. Excuse me? Did it just despawn? I didn't know they could do that if I was close by. Or did the donkey eat him? Oh, no. Yeah, that was bound to happen eventually. Oh, look at this mess. I'll have to repair that in the morning. I have precious amounts of time right now. We are already halfway through the night, and I still haven't been able to find another. Oh, hello, friends. You appear to be stuck on my bridge. I was wondering where all my bees had gone. I guess they've got lost up here. We're getting awfully close to daytime again, and still nothing. We have got one. Let's rush over before it despawns, please. Okay, hello friend. Do you take this helmet? Otherwise, everything is going to be kind of pointless if you don't. Wonderful. Okay, now I don't have to worry about him possibly burning because daytime is quickly approaching. Let's not go to the powdered snow. That'd be bad. Let's just see if we can kind of get him in this hole. Come on, fall in there. Come on. Stop being so smart. Get in the hole. There we go. Okay. Let's dig you down a little bit more. And then I'm going to do the old... Actually, is it best to transport him as a zombie or as a villager? I feel like zombie may be easier. So, in that case, let's just cover him up and mark it with a torch. And then I'll come back when it's daytime. Morning is upon us. Now time to find out whether our zombie is still here. Can't hear him. You may have just heard my cat meow. Oh, there we go. That was definitely not my cat and definitely the zombie. Hello, friend. Okay, so I've plotted out the best possible path for this. We're just going to go round the edge of the mountains here and kind of loop back round. That way we can avoid powdered snow and the terrain isn't too steep. So it's going to take us a little while, but we should get there eventually. I completely forgot that helmets take durability damage through the sun, so I don't know what to do with this guy now. Please follow me. Keep following me. Keep following me. Let's just get some blocks. Nope. Stay in the water. Stay in the water, zombie. Come. No, this way. This way. You have not got much long left. Please. Okay. Note to self. Get a better helmet or just transport them as a villager. Okay. Well, I'm going to skip most of this out. It's going on far too long. At long last, we finally have our 2 villagers, and it wasn't too bad at all, really. The first one spawned at night time, but very close by, so I was able to bring him on over during the night time, and the second one spawned a bit farther afield, so I waited until day, gave him a super fancy Unbreaking 3 diamond helmet, so I didn't have to worry about that breaking and then him burning, and I was able to kind of manipulate the terrain to bring him on up to the tower, and then when they were both inside of here, I cured them. And when they were cured, I just gave them a little push into their spot. So this is where they are, super cozy, right next to each other. So all I have to do to get these guys breeding is chuck some carrots or potatoes or bread or something their way so they can use that to trade with and make babies, because that's how it works. However, I don't want to do that just yet because I don't have anywhere to put said babies. So what my plan is, as you can see, this is where they're going to fall into. I'm going to do the old rail trick, pick them up through the corner sort of thing. And we're going to make a track going out of the mountain here and down to about that spot there. If I just face plant into the wall, that's going to be the path the villagers take at not quite the same speed, a little bit slower and in a minecart. And then at the end of the track, when we've got that all built up, I'm going to make a little room where they can kind of get deposited into, and I'll just leave them there until I know what to do with them. So first things first, I think let's go ahead and build that track. Oh, buddy, are these rails noisy? They are ever so loud, aren't they? But yeah, we got the bridge working. All of the rails are fully powered, so the minecart is going to go up and down here forever, even if there's no villagers in there, which I actually really quite love that. It's going to add a load of movement to the base, which is going to be great. I do just need to make sure it's going to come up without anyone in. And yes, it does. It's a little bit slow, but honestly, I kind of like that. A gradual climb from the minecart. Great stuff. So, yeah, this is our bridge. Won't spend too long talking about it. You can kind of see for yourself. It's a bridge. Or, it's not a bridge. What am I saying? What is this? A rail bridge? I'm not really sure on the actual term for what this would be called. Train track? Something like that. It's done. It's very sprucey, but yeah, I thought spruce was the best block for something like this. So now what I need to do is make the holding area here for all of the villagers, and I'm also going to try and spruce up up here where we actually get the villagers from, because I don't really like being able to see all of this stone. I think we are done. A test will be commencing shortly because I do need to make sure everything is in working order. I shall be playing the role of villager, but before that, let me show you around at the changes I've made. Very briefly, because I'm not really trying super hard with the building here, I'm just trying to make everything look neat. It's not really on show, so it doesn't have to look amazing, but as you can see, this is where the villagers will stay. I could still have the glass here so I can see into there, check on them, how they're doing and everything, but I can't see the stone behind it, which is very nice. I've also made a bit of a tunnel here, which I think looks pretty good. And then if we take the rail on down by foot instead of by the minecart, as you can see, this is the room where the villagers are going to fall into. Very, very basic stuff, but the thing that I need to test is this. So I've made a tripwire that when the villagers in theory step on it, the block is going to get taken out from them, and then they fall into this thing. And what I'll do from there is pretty much just kind of make a tunnel going this way that will stay hidden most of the time, but the odd time where I do need a villager, I can bust it open and get them out that way. So all that's left to do is a test, which to be honest isn't really needed. I'm pretty certain this is going to work, but I do just want to make sure. So as I said, I'm going to be the villager here. I've just been born. I've been picked up by this minecart, zipping down the bridge here, and then I am now in this water. So that was all a bit quick there, but what happens is the activator rail dumps you off to the nearest solid block, which just so happens to be this one instead of these for some reason. I don't know why. I'm not complaining because that's what works. So the villagers will get put on this block, and before they can run away, they will get dumped into the water and can just stay there indefinitely until I need them, that is. So I've just grown myself some carrots. We have just over 5 stacks of them, which should be enough to get the villagers breeding here. So I am going to head into the tower and then open the hatch here, and carefully, if I could just line myself up with kind of the middle, they should just fall onto the fence post there. And I'm not sure if you guys could hear that, but they actually picked them up. So hopefully now they will start breeding. I would just like to hover around maybe just to make sure we can see some hearts. Did you catch them? You just kind of just chucked them everywhere. Oh, we got hearts. Okay, awesome. I wonder how long it's going to be till we get a villager. Oh, we have one. Oh, look at him go. Look at him go. That was quick. I've literally just walked out the door. Amazing. Okay, well, did it work? Is he in position? He should be just in this corner here. Oh yes, that is very nice to see. Oh, I've just stopped the minecart. Go back that way. Get the next one. So that is the villager breeding tower all done, which is everything I really wanted to complete today. The bridge, the rail, the actual functionality of it all. I just wanted to get everything set up and working. We may make some changes when I see what you guys have to say about this build. So of course, let me know what you think and any improvements I can make down in the comments below. But we do still have a few minutes left in this episode, so let's go do something else. I don't know why I'm flying too far away, because I actually want to go to my portal here that we made in the last episode. As I said, I think at the start of this video, we were going to do something with behind the portal, because as you can see, we just got stone. I just want to do something behind there. I'm not exactly sure just what yet. I saw a lot of you guys suggesting maybe just some like nether blocks or darker blocks, just so you can't really see that it's stone. So I'm going to have a play around and see what I can come up with. It's very, very subtle, but I do think that is a definite improvement. I'm not even sure if you can tell what blocks are back here. It's probably better to look in my inventory. We have blackstone, basalt, and then smooth basalt. Maybe if I could actually hop in replay mod and show you a clip, which is hopefully on the screen right now. That's kind of the pattern. It's sort of like a circular gradient of sorts. It's difficult to explain from the front here, so hopefully that works and you can kind of see a bit better as to what we've actually made here. But yeah, that certainly looks a whole lot better than just the plain old stone that we had before. Before we end off today's episode, I just want to have one last look into our villager breeder, make sure everything is working fine here. I thought there was only one. Nope, they're both there. They're kind of just combined. Hopefully that's not a bad thing. I guess I could always jump down there and shimmy them about if need be. And I also just want to see if we have any more villagers that have been bred up, or if it's just the one. If the minecart get out of the way, clear the path. We have 3! 3! From only like 4 stacks of carrots. That is actually amazing. Okay, that is fantastic news, honestly. It must be working pretty well then. I'm just stood up here trying to record my outro, and something is distracting me. It's the blocks over my shoulder there. Look how straight they are. Or how diagonal they are, I should say. Like, it looks really unnatural. I'm going to have to fix that at some point in time because it's bugging me. That's the problem with Minecraft terrain. Sometimes it'll do things like that and it just looks weird. Anyway, that is all going to be for today's episode, everybody. I just have one last thing quickly to tell you all, and that is just I want to give you a heads up that over the next 2 episodes, I'm going to be doing some pre-recording. So if I do something in the next episode and you guys leave comments about it, if I don't immediately fix it or mention it in the next one, it's because they've been recorded back to back. So yeah, just let you guys know. I'm doing this pre-recording because in a week or 2, I'm off on a trip to Bergen in Norway. I was meant to go over Christmas, but I caught COVID. I was fine, like perfectly healthy, just a tiny little cold, so I got very lucky where that's concerned. But yeah, I had to reschedule my trip, which is a bit of a bummer, but it's okay because I'm off now. Very excited, but yeah, need to get some videos done in advance so you guys have something to watch whilst I'm away. So just wanted to let you guys know. Anyway, enough rambling. Thank you guys ever so much for watching this episode. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.